Good morning, everybody. It is March the 18th, post St. Patrick's Day. I bet you there's some people dragging their feet today across many, many spots of the United States from having a little bit too much of that green beer or whatever their favorite libation is on St. Patrick's Day. But that's one in the books, one behind us, and here we sit. Today is FOMC. And I can't find any article that doesn't say the word patient is going to be dropped. Now, it doesn't mean that it will, but this is what the Fed has telegraphed. The Fed usually floats a lot of trial balloons, so let's expect the word patient to be dropped. Financials are up. Gold is on hold. Crude is down. The euro is up. If they take the word patient out of it, they've got to throw something out there to support the stock market. So decisions will be made by the data. We're concerned about worldwide economic slowdown. We're concerned about the export business for the United States. Yes, we see a strong economy here. Down in the first quarter, but recovering in the second quarter, just like last year, and so on and so forth. So they may take away the word patient on one hand, but they'll throw something else out there. The Fed is in a very, very, very tenuous, tough spot. I mean, every time they do something to support the economy, the administration, either through higher taxes or more onerous regulations or shutting down of utilities, people don't understand the amount of coal-fired utility plants that are going down. In a year or two now, we could be suffering brownouts all over the United States. And anything this administration does is anti-business, anti-growth. And they're doing that to secure a subsistence-based voting class. They'll throw any group under the bus as long as they're no longer useful. There's a lot of talk about the illegal immigration is to ensure the next generation of Democrat politicians. So who knows? So that's where we are right now. So our focus is the word patient. If that is removed, we'll probably see an initial correction in both the bonds and the E-mini. But I think the word patient may already be built into it. So then we'll swing back to where the economy is. So if the economy looks and stays soft, the financials can recover off of this. If the economy looks and stays soft, with the removal of the word patient, then we can have an orderly sell-off with buffering supported by the Fed. The dollar with the word patient should gain a little strength because our interest rates are going to go up sooner rather than later. Japan's and the European Central Bank should be put on hold. The gold, a little tougher to figure right there, but my guess is that with a soft economy, and the word patient, gold would be sideways, could actually get a spike up, and crude is headed lower because there's more supply than demand. Okay, in crude, we've got contango. That means there's a $2 spread between the back month and the front month. And so what you do in contango is when the contracts roll, you buy the back month, so you'll be buying June, and you'll be selling the May contract with the idea that they're both going to lose $2 over the course of a month. Or if you're pretty bold about it, you just lock in your prices, especially if you're a producer, and sell the May contract and then see what happens. So price of crude oil is probably headed down because of too much supply. Also, our software rolled to the May contract from April today, so we'll be trading May in the room. In the old day, the front month, in the old days when we had open outcry, the front month had the most volume until the day of expiration, and it was gone. Now it rolls 2 days prior. So usually it rolls on the 20th, which would be this Friday. So the market will be transitioning to the May contract today. So FOMC should put the market on hold. I think the financials have an up bias, so 27 to 31, sell 1. 3 to 7, sell 2. On the buy side, we like the market. The 17 to 13 is out of reach, so we'll make 17 to 21, buy 1, and 9 to 13, buy 2. There is no news today. The only other news that was out last night was that unemployment in Great Britain grew by 0.1%. So that's where we find ourselves. Okay, the knob spread strengthened again overnight. That again reinforces the opinion that the economy is actually weakening or getting softer. Chinese real estate prices dropped again this month. When you look at the leverage and 4 families putting together life savings to get down payments on Chinese real estate and see-through buildings everywhere, the shakeout in the real estate business over there might take 25 years. And China's got to create a middle class. They've got about 300 million out of 1.2 billion that have moved into the middle class, or even better, or higher. So that's every year. I think China figures they got 25 million people, their workers, the economy has to absorb. It's a big number. And their government's in a very, very tight spot too. So I imagine they'll be trying to pave China in concrete like Japan has been paved over the last 25 years by their political parties. Okay, 12 to 16 is resistance, a little bit higher. First sell 11 to 15, sell 1. And again, our sell 2 is 19. I don't even know why I put sell 1s down or buy 1s, but it is where resistance and support are. 1 to 29, buy 1. And buy 2 will be 21 to 25, right around this high volume number for the overnight session. Okay, biggest international news last night, and a defeat for our State Department and our administration was that Netanyahu retained governance and leadership in Israel. Means it won't be as easy for the United States. Well, I don't know if it'll affect how the United States is giving away the store to Iran or not, but it sure as hell has put Iran and the other countries over on notice that it won't be as easy as they thought it might have been if Netanyahu had lost. And he didn't win by much. And here we have the United States government funding a Get Out the Arab vote, which was to get out the vote against Netanyahu. And you have American operatives, all the usual faces that came into vogue and prominence under the Clintons over in Israel trying to defeat the conservative coalition. And fortunately, I think for the sake of the existence of Israel, they were defeated. You never know, though, in this day and age, what's going to happen, application is going to be. Okay, gold, my guess is if the word patience is dropped from that, that gold could actually get a little rally out of it. We've been saying for 2 days we ought to hit the FOMC meeting about at 50. I don't see any reason to change that. So we got support 40 to 45. That'd be our buy 1 and buy 2. That'd be 1 at 45 and 2 at 40. On the sell side, we've got all this volume at 54. So the 54, 56 area, sell 1, and then 59, 61, sell 2. I don't look for much out of gold. Now, there is a school of thought out there that says that if somebody does know the actual extensive, major news announcements before the fact, it is the gold market. And the London fixing, primary dealers, all those people are involved in those decisions. And they staff those government departments that make those decisions. And you don't have to say, you know, the number is such and such, or the word patient has been dropped, and the rest of it. You can roll your eyebrows. I don't know. Blink twice. There are ways for those people that are paid by Wall Street and large banks and hedge funds to let the information come across. So about 30 seconds for the announcement. You can watch gold, see if the news is out. Okay, if they drop the word patient from the language, the Fed language, and the rest of it, it should hurt the euro. Interest rates can go up sooner rather than later. The thought is that Japan and Europe will keep their interest rates where they are right now for a good while. I mean, Japan's have been low since the early 90s, so it can go on for a very, very long time. So 106 is probably support. So 106 plus or minus will be buy one. 75 will be buy two. I really don't like the long side of the market except to cover shorts. Got a very, very clean break up here at 32, so we'll make 25 to 35, sell one, and then 45 to 55, sell two. Crude oil, there's a $2 spread between the front and the back month. WTI has gone below 43 bucks. It's got a 42 handle right now and looks to go lower. So take $2 off where we are right now, and you know where the April contract is trading. In a contango situation, which means the back months are higher than the front months, the trade is on expiration day, you sell the new front month. And if you're going to do it on a spread basis, you'd buy June to cover your rear end, given the extreme volatility this market can bring. Okay, very, very clean break up here in the 44.75 area, 44.50. So sell one would be 44.75 to 45, then 45, 25 to 50. Sell two. On the buy side, we've got volume down here just below 44, so 43.75, 44, buy one. And then we've got the volume down here just below 50, so we'll make it 43.50, 43 and a quarter for buy two. We will see some short covering probably in the April contract as the shorts begin to come out of April and roll into May. I read an interesting story on if they would allow the exportation of American crude, that it would add to the employment in the oil patch, but it would over time would create about 300,000 new jobs as it's spread out through the economy over 10, 15 years, which seems like a pretty huge number from that. But our best defense against Arab terrorists and Russian shenanigans and the rest of it is lower oil prices. That means all the princes and all the connected people in the Saudi royal family that have funded Al-Qaeda and other all these people, they're paying the VIG to make sure they don't get shot on their own turf, and that's why they do it. And then some of them actually believe in the cause. So there's two reasons to send money over. The most mundane one would be to keep yourself alive. The other one is that you actually believe in the cause, which could be, and that is the case for some of them. The Wahhabi form of Islam is where all this violence has come from. It's been exported. You know, you had a fair, you know, there's all sorts of, because there is no centralized authority in Islam, if you can get a following, you can become an imam for that following, and you can issue fatwas and everything like that. So there is no centralized doctrine, or there is no centralized control, and the most austere, rigid, violent form of Islam is the Wahhabi form. And it's been exported by Saudi Arabia, so they didn't practice it on Saudi Arabia's shores. And we've read about over time these sudden disappearances of princes and other people related to the Saudi throne. You know, they've been killed by the Saudi government or eliminated for their contributions to Al-Qaeda. So, I mean, there's a lot of money over there and a lot of spare time. How do they spend that money? Okay, on the E-mini, the word patient, the removal of that should bring a selling spike. I think the market's telling us they expect that now. The Fed has been telling us to expect that. I don't know what kind of bone the stock market will be thrown, but historically, when interest rates start to go up, the stock market can actually rally for 3 to 6 months. So you can't make your money in bonds or interest rate vehicles anymore. The only shot you have at making money is in the stock market. So the money goes there, then the interest rates kick in for them too. So, but that was before the Fed controls the markets. I have no idea if that would be, you know, if that were the case, the Fed was going to start raising interest rates after that first big washout on the stock market, you'd buy it historically. So here we are. No news to drive today. FOMC, the focus, the word patient, 55, 57 is buy 1, 50 to 52 is buy 2, 64, 66 sell 1, 69, 71 sell 2. Obviously, we've got to get through 60. So the 60 to 62 area right here will be a big question mark. Don't know if we can do it. We'll just have to see. We'll take what the market gives us and hope, you know, you hope for the best, but you have to take what the markets give you. Okay, it'll take at least 20 minutes to get stuff up and going. I got too busy reading news articles this morning and am behind, so I'll be back with you as soon as possible.